Hey guys, it's me, Silent Core again, and welcome to another Destiny video. So it's been about a week since my last Destiny video. I've been kind of catching up on what I've missed. I've noticed Bungie is actually, they just let the information trickle out in really small amounts. They don't tell us too much, but I have some really cool stuff to show you today. Bungie actually tweeted out a link to a Destiny related interview. So this is actually an interview with Christian, who is a lead software engineer at Bungie, who works on the game Destiny. And the interview was actually posted on a Portuguese website. So this is translated from Portuguese to English with Google Translate. So there's a few, it doesn't translate it perfectly, so there's a few little weird bits. And but there's still some really cool information in here. The first fact is there's now 500 people working on Destiny, which is an absolute huge number. And just to put into perspective of how much that is, they've said that their Halo team was 130 people, and you'll see why in a second. So they also confirmed that each individual location in Destiny is the same size as the entire game of Halo Reach. And that's just an extraordinary scale, because if you think about the whole game of Halo Reach, that's the equivalent to one kind of planet that I showed you guys in the last video. So there's Mars and Venus. Each one of these individually is the same size as the whole game of Halo Reach, which is incredible. It then goes on to talk about some items. It says some items are unique to each class to identify the characters. So this is obviously because they want to keep their three different classes kind of separate. You don't want the same armor being worn by all three classes. You want to keep them separate, unique. You want to be able to identify what class people are quite easily. And they also said it avoids the Christmas tree type of thing seen in other games with huge equipment customization. It then goes on to say why this is important in competitive PvP. So if you think about it, you'll want to be able to quickly distinguish, even from a distance, what classes your opponents are going to be wearing if you're going to be fighting them, so you know how to best combat them. And they said even the silhouettes are recognizable. They go on to talk about customization items, and these are going to be rewards that you can earn each time you complete a mission, and you actually earn bonuses for playing them. These modifications and equipment could sometimes be used on the player's character, as well as new armor or a helmet, or equipment you can use in your personal ship. Now, while we're on the subject of customization options, there was actually a game developers conference in California just last month, where there was a speaker from Bungie, Scott Shepard, who's the technical art lead for the 3D department for Destiny. And the whole talk's available online if you guys want to search it up. You can watch the whole thing. It's over an hour long, I think. It's quite a long one, but it's really, really interesting. Now, the whole presentation is focused on the tools and processes they use as an art department, but there is lots of information you can pick out. A thing they talked about heavily is how they weren't modelling the whole character. They were modelling certain parts that could all be meshed together to make armour, and this just meant how customizable it could be. And it showed some examples of how the three classes would look, and loads of different variations of the three classes, and you'll see how customizable this is. All these little parts on the armour that can be interchanged with each other. We're going to be able to choose how this looks, so it's really, really interesting to see how in depth they can go with that. And they just kind of compared this to the Master Chief in Halo. In Destiny, we're going to be able to create our own character and make our hero how we want it to look and feel. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm so excited for this game, and I assume since you guys have made it to the end that you are too, so go ahead and leave a like if you enjoyed it, and feel free to subscribe. I will be making more Destiny videos in the future, and I'll see you all in the next one.